I'm going to show you how I make these small fab clips out of the printed and shabby material. So here's one option, which is from a print, and then you have your second option, which is from your shabby. So this clip I made from the band of a printed knot, and then these ones I made from the band of a Deb, I think. I had a bubblegum dot, not bubblegum shabby, but bubblegum dot. Now the inside of a dot bow is shabby. As you can see, this is what my bow looked like. And then this was the inside of it, in case you didn't know that. So what you basically are gonna do is take your band. You can also use the tab if you want. Just a matter of preference. So if you're using a print, what you want to do is find a spot that you really like. Like say you wanted to use this blue heart on this side of your bow, then you would cut maybe like a 2-inch strip just right here on both sides, and that way you have basically like a new band, but for your little tiny baby bow. So just cut there. Now, just keep in mind that when you are tying your bows, you're not going to necessarily wind up with this heart on one side and then this heart on the other side, because when you tie it, you're typically going to end up with this on one side and then this on the other side. So you would wind up most likely with 2 blue bows on both sides. So you really want to keep that in mind when you're making your cut, that maybe if you wanted this yellow heart, you might get yellow on the other side too. So just keep that in mind. Now there is a way to tie it so that you can get both these on either side of the bow, but it just takes a little bit more tweaking and finessing to get it to be like that. So that's really all you need to do. You take the little 2-inch strip, cut that like that. That's your bow. So you'd cut 2 of these if you wanted to do a piggy set. You'd go cut here, then cut here, and then you want to cut a 3rd one for your tails. So when you make your cut, this is what you're going to wind up with, just this kind of circular piece of fabric. And that's what you tie into your bow like that. Obviously this is just a quick tie, but that's how you're going to make your bow. On the shabbies, even though the fabs technically are going to roll like this, and you're going to see the roll, when you do a shabby, it usually rolls the other way. So it's going to look, you're not really going to see that rolled look on your shabby. It's going to be kind of more hidden. Now to get your tails, you're basically going to take this band piece and just snip it right here. And then you're going to snip it here too. And that'll give you this piece here, one little strip for the tails. And then you're probably going to have to cut that again to get it to be the right size. But tie your bow first, and then you can kind of judge like how long your tails need to be compared to the bow. I usually do it right a little bit longer than the bow so that the tails stick out just a touch out the sides. But that's basically all you do. You're gonna, once you get the tail piece cut, you're just gonna scrunch that just like that. And then you take your bow, put the tails right in the center, and then just tie your bow around the tails. So here you have your little bow in the front, tails in the back, like this. And of course, as I always say in all of my videos, once you tie it, that's definitely not the end. There's a lot of twisting and pulling and scrunching and all that to get it to look just right. Now, see how this tail kind of came uncurled? So all you really have to do to get that back in shape is to kind of just stretch it, and that's going to make the fabric curl in the way you want it to. See, now it's nice and curled there instead of frayed. But that's basically all you have to do. Same thing with the print. The print, the only thing that's different is that the curls are kind of on the outside rather than tucked inside the bow. That's it, and then you would just stick your clip in the back of the knot, like that. And then again, here's the finished shabby. And again, my tails are kind of uncurling a little bit, but just pull it a little bit to get them to back into shape.